What's up, friends? I'm Thag, and this is Thag's Dino Reviews and Paleopolitics. Today I come to you on a mission of redemption. I'm here to redeem the honor of a dinosaur model that I thought was unfairly criticized by some of my fellow reviewers. The model in question is Papo's 2022 re-release of its 1/35th scale Styracosaurus. Okay, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why is he reviewing this dinosaur again? Well, the answer is simple. I want to take another look at some of the important points of this model. All right, so here we are at the rostral and the predentary, or if you prefer, the beak. And you can see that they've got nice striations in them. They're well sculpted, and quite frankly, they fit the skull perfectly. They look great. Inside the mouth, the tongue is well sculpted. There is an upper and lower dental battery, and the entire inside of the mouth, including the palate above, has a nice glossy finish to it. I really like it. You have to remember something. This model is less than 6 inches long. I mean, this is really small, and to get that kind of quality out of the paint in the mouth and the tongue is, in my opinion, exemplar. Now, as we move back on the skull, I want to point out here these small epioccipitals that are coming off the frill down low. I'm not completely certain if this is speculation that they're this big or if they truly are. I can't be completely certain. Nonetheless, while I'm here, I want to point out the eye and the ring around the eye and the painting in the center of the frills. I think it's great. I like the coloration. I like the way the eyeball is pointing, and I like the scoots that they put around the openings in the frill to really sort of enhance the coloration that's in there. I think it looks great. I don't see any problem with the paint job on this animal. I really don't. Please take note of the scale detail on the skull. I think it's fine, and I don't see any problem with it. And one of the things that I love about this model is that all areas of scalation has a great dark wash, and that really makes the scales stand out. They're really enhanced. A couple of years ago, I went to visit my daughter, and we went to a nature preserve because I wanted to see some longhorn steers that they had in their complement of animals. Anyway, as it turned out, I was amazed at some of the animals because they had a dark brownish red base that slowly but surely cleared to ivory tips. Not unlike this, quite frankly. And again, this was one of the points that was criticized on this animal, and I just don't agree with it. I think this is a great paint job on the horns, the frill horns. And actually, the nose horn also. It's really, really good. Now here we have dermal spines that are running along the ridge of the back, and I really like the color of them, and I like the style of the ridges. I think that these spines are ideal. Probably, maybe somewhat speculative, but probably not that far off from the actual spines on the back of this animal. Another thing too, I think the tail is just the right length, and again, that great scalation continues down the back and down the tail, and it really looks good. All right, now we're at the point where the leg muscle is sculpted in, and it's a very good sculpt. It starts approximately where you would find the iliac blade in a ceratopsian, and it is a very strong ceratopsian-like muscle. Very strong. As a matter of fact, it's so strong, this animal probably had the strongest leg muscles of all the hatchlings in the nest. Very strong. Now on the ventral side of the animal, the underside of the belly, we do see the counter shading coming from the neck and down. It is a light gray, and there is some flecks of orange in there, and this comes down from the neck the whole way and continues underneath. You'll also see that there's some light orange, very faint orange and gray along the bottom edges of the legs, and I think it looks really great. Now the counter shading extends from the base of the neck along under the belly and across and back to the anterior portion of the tail. Thankfully, the cloaca is not in place. Now, another thing that some reviewers criticized this model for was the stance, the actual pose of the sculpt. I got to tell you, I like it. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this review. This is an animal maybe crossing a small braided stream, maybe leading a herd across, sounding out an alarm. Could be any one of a number of things. But remember, dinosaurs in the Cretaceous did not go around panning for the camera. They lived their lives just like we do, and they weren't posing. But they did assume a number of positions, and this is certainly possibly one of them. I like it. I like the way the animal stands. I like the tilt of the head. Everything. I just really think this is a very, very organic animal with a more than decent paint job and a really good sculpt. And there's one more factor I'll get to in just a moment. Here in the Cretaceous, the ambient temperature is quite warm. However, Styracosaurus is cool. All right, friends, where does this review leave us? Well, in my opinion, this is a top-flight model. It has a good pose, a good sculpt, and a good paint job. And the paint job utilizes excellent techniques as far as washes and dry brushing. And there's a great color variety. It's a solid release by Papo 2022. It's a re-release with a new paint job, and it's Styracosaurus in 1/35th scale. I really believe you should have this model in your collection. Also, one final thing that I had mentioned at the start of this review, I bought this model for $20 plus shipping, and it's part of their prehistoric line, and as far as I'm concerned, it's a good buy. Anyway, okay, this is Thag wishing you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'll be seeing you probably the start of next year. I'm doing a review on a dinosaur I've been waiting for a long time. And that's Eophana's Tyrannosaurus Rex. And it's going to prove to be a real doozy. So anyway, this is Thag, and I'll catch you on the rebound.